What's going on, everybody? Steve here, Rake and Profit over at rakeandprofit.com. Coming back to you with another video. I'm here with Christine, the mean selling machine.
Thanks,
she's not
Steve.
mean at all. She's actually very sweet, but she dared me to say it in the intro, so I had to do it. We're here at the eBay Open, right here, eBay Open, and we got a beautiful view of the Strip in Las Vegas.
I love it.
And I'm here with Christine. We're talking shop, talking eBay. And if you guys didn't see our first video, we talked about some of the things that we learned at the eBay Open, and Christine was breaking down the knowledge. If you guys didn't see that video, I'll put a little picture of it down here, a link in the description as well. Go check that out. Also check out the Facebook group that you're an admin of, which is called Boss Up.
Business for Online Selling.
Business for Online Selling.
BOSS on Facebook.
BOSS, go get it. But I'll put links to that below. But today we're gonna talk about something interesting, right? We're gonna share with you a story of how Christine, she lives in a small little town in the middle of nowhere, essentially. And let me ask you guys a question. Do you live in an area where you're not able to find a lot of stuff? Maybe you have to drive out 45 minutes or an hour? Well, we're gonna share with you a really cool story of how Christine was able to put together a deal, which in turn landed her, what, about 3,000 clothing items for what, 25 cents on the pound or something like that? So we're gonna dive into that, so stay tuned. But if you guys are excited for this video, do me a big favor and smash that like button. Also leave a comment down below and let us know where you are from in the country. So before we get started, let's share a little bit about your story. Kind of how did you find out about eBay? How long ago? Like how long you've been selling? And maybe tell people a little bit about your business currently.
Sure. So we were on eBay 21 years ago, and my husband had a retail store operation at the time, and he was using eBay to sell through some of his products. So it was more done in the true business standpoint for the store at that time. We were getting ready to move at one time. My husband kept saying, why don't you sell some stuff on eBay? I put up something here and there. It would sell. So they opened up a Goodwill in Paramus, and at the time, Robert Graham shirts were like the rage. So I'm like, oh my God, I could buy this Robert Graham shirt for $6.
How long ago was this?
This was probably about 7 years ago.
Okay.
7 years
Because I don't know how long
ago.
Goodwills have been around for.
Well, I always used to drive by it, and I never went in it. I never realized that there was a store attached. So one day I pulled in to donate, and then I see the store, so I walked in. I get this Robert Graham shirt. I'm so excited bringing it home. And my husband puts on the shirt. The sleeves came up to here.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, just roll them and cuff them. So he said, sell it on eBay. I'm like, sell the clothing on eBay? So I took a picture of it and I put it up and I sold the shirt. It was like $175 I got for the shirt.
Insane.
So I was hooked. And I would be a casual seller. And then I keep giving you the credit. When you would come out and come out with those books, I bought your books, your downloads, and I would read it. And it drives me crazy to this day with all the hating comments, about people that are capitalizing or making money. I mean, you deserve every penny you made, because I think you were like a pioneer in this industry and changing.
As long as you're adding value,
100%. And you're helping people along the way. It's a great thing.
Well, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I'm glad I was able to help you.
Yeah, there you go. So I moved away from Bergen County and all the stores. So I moved to Orange County, New York. And there is nothing around where I live.
Nada.
Nothing. There's
No
one
thrift
little
stores?
town, no thrift stores. There's one little strip of stores.
Like how long would you have to drive out to hit a thrift?
It would take me like 25 minutes just to get to where shopping is in either direction. So it's very remote where I live. So I have 20 years experience in fundraising for schools and events and soliciting gifts and stuff. So I sit on one of the educational boards in my town, and you hear the same common thing, that there's nowhere to get donations from and they can't raise money and so on and so forth. So one day I had this brilliant idea to merge my two worlds together.
The idea did it come just out of nowhere?
Yeah, it just came, I'm always an out-of-the-box thinker. And I said, you know what? I have a solution that I might be able to help you guys. So one of my friends has an AAU softball girls team, and they were looking to go to Kentucky to play in this big thing. So they were all trying to raise money. So I said, I got a proposition for you. Why don't you go home and clean out your closets? Anything that you want to purge, donate, just make sure it has no stains on it. I said, I'll take shoes, I'll take accessories, I'll take, clothing, bedding, tablecloths, you name it. So they all went out, and I said, and I'll buy it 25 cents on the pound on you guys.
What?
So I went on Amazon, bought this big scale. I mean, I went on eBay, bought this big scale.
Yeah.
And They had one central drop-off point, and I went with the scale, and I would just weigh the bags, and I documented it, threw it into an Excel sheet, and I wrote them a check.
What?
So my first donation came in, it was like 900 pounds of clothes.
So that comes to about 230 or something like that.
Yeah. So then we did a second one. So eventually I ended up giving this team almost $1,000.
Wow.
And at the time, my basement was, I think I have pictures. I've told this story a little bit, but last year when I was speaking at eBay Open on how to grow your business and promoted listings, I threw this concept out there and I said, it's a perfect opportunity for people and resellers to reach out to, a church organization or a sports team or anyone where you're trying to raise money for. It could be an animal shelter.
Yeah.
And run this. And if an eBay seller is involved, it's a win-win for both of them.
Yeah.
So in essence, I was bringing the bins to me because I moved up there to take care of my sick mom, and it's not always easy for me to run out.
Yeah.
So I have more work than I can handle right now. That's why it's such an amazing thing for me, because I hired some local moms to help me with the business. But like I was saying in our other video, I had to give them access to my own personal eBay account. Now with them rolling out this back office,
That is so cool.
it's a win-win for me.
So what a great idea, by the way.
Thanks.
That is a genius idea. And it's funny. Sometimes when I'm doing these videos, I'm like, hopefully this doesn't sound the wrong way, but like I'm supposed to be really listening. But sometimes I get an inspiring thought, like what you said, and I started to drift into my own Amazon book business. I'm thinking, how can I do this? I'm like, wait, I'm on a video right now.
Let me reel you back in with that ADD. I have it as well. So between the two of us, we're probably...
But that's cool.
Yeah.
I think that's just the entrepreneur mind right there. So you get these, so by the end of this drive, was it over like a week period or so?
Well, they collected for 2 weeks, and she sent out emails to family and friends. And this particular coach was a New York City police officer.
Okay.
And she's very well respected in both her professional career as well as a coach in the community. And the amount of things that came in, it's just, I have to share pictures with you one day.
Yeah.
It just totally blow your mind. So then before you knew it, every team and organization kept trying to contact me, what they could do. But I'm doing this out of my house. So my family's patient enough with the growing. I mean, I look
When
like
did this
a hoarder.
happen?
This was last year.
Okay.
So
and you're still trying to process that first?
that I actually probably weeded through, and I did get rid of some stuff because there was just so much stuff.
Yeah.
Teresa Cox actually
And that's
flew
what
out.
and that's what I
my
want to
home.
talk about. So you had gotten what, like 3,000 pounds or something? Or
Yeah.
3,000? How many
Yeah.
pounds did you get in total?
Oh, the first collection ended up coming to over 1,000.
So it's got to be 4,000 pounds.
Yep.
So let's talk about, and sorry, I'm not trying to steer off of
it's
what you
okay.
were saying. We'll definitely get back. Big shout out to Teresa Cox, because she's been putting me onto some killer interviews today.
Yeah.
So Teresa, thank you so much. She's amazing. But let's talk about, you get this 4,000 pounds. How do you start processing it? What are you finding? How much of it is like junk? What is good? What's bad?
So I broke it down into categories, and I did it almost in sections, almost like eBay categories. So I would break it down into women's, and then I would do shirts and pants and skirts, and then shoes, and then what was, sporting shoes. And then I kind of looked through that and tried to filter and refine that even more. So I had a place, this is the brilliant side I didn't tell you, so here's your shock factor. There was a place that was purchasing clothes from normal people.
Don't tell me.
And they were purchasing it 30 cents a pound. And I didn't know that at the time. Otherwise, I would have probably offered them the same amount of money because they're friends of mine. Yeah. So at the end, when I went through and filtered all of the clothes that I didn't want, I took over to him and sold them to him for 30 cents on the pound.
Oh my gosh, you get your money back plus a little nickel for good luck.
Yes.
Wow, so that's cool. So were there any killer scores that you pulled out? What would you say your ASP was per item, if you had to guess?
Well, it was interesting because when this happened, I was primarily a coat seller and men's clothing at the time.
Yeah.
And this clothing drive gave me the opportunity to expand into other categories, which was great because it led to more conversion for more traffic coming to the site. But what was interesting was prior to this, the average sale price was much higher because I was dealing with coats and I was
you were
living...
cherry picking.
Yes, and the demographics where I moved from were very different. I moved to a blue-collar, remote location.
Yeah.
And so the average sale price went down. So that's when I had to get more people.
Okay.
But also, like if you think, you get that mindset of the average sale price, but you got to keep in mind in the back of your head, I'm buying it 25 cents on the pound.
And your time is being pulled out of the equation.
Right.
Because you're spending so much time cherry picking.
Right. And everything was at the house. So I was able to.
So did you make more money? Would you say you actually made money on this
I
deal?
made much more money. My average sale price went down.
Yeah.
And then, I also had the write-off of the business now because I have more employees and
So it was worth it.
it took up
It was
more
a great
space in
business
my
decision
home.
for you.
Yes. And I got much more better
so
write-offs.
Cool. Wow. My wheels are turning right now. I want you guys to comment below. What are you thinking right now? Is this inspiring you or what?
Yeah. It's a perfect solution for someone who does not
That's cool.
have stores buy them.
So what are your goals with your business right now to kind of transition on over and wrap things up? What's going on in your business? What are you thinking about? What are you inspired about?
Well, I think what I would like to do is to get into more replenishables this year.
Okay.
And almost have the people that are working for me expand upon that now with that back office, have more virtual assistants listing those kind of type clothes. So that money's working for me. And then what I would like to do is, eBay was really talking about the whole replenishable and the sell-throughs.
Yeah.
And it's the building that catalog. And now with these pictures, I'm almost getting that fire to get back into like the Amazon. So I think that's going to be my goal. I am staying this year for ASD. So I will be sourcing.
That's awesome.
And my short-term goal is I would really like to start a meetup group up by me.
Oh, you should.
Because I'm at the triangle of Orange County and Bergen County and Rockland County.
It's been
and
great.
I'm a huge fan of Kathy Terrell. And I drive down to Manhattan to go see hers.
Okay.
But it's just a long drive, to go down and then come back. So I would really like to that's one of my goals this year, to maybe possibly start a meetup group. Maybe you could help me a little.
Oh, absolutely, for sure.
Spread the powerful message
definitely help
of
to spread
community.
the word.
Yeah, I
it's
appreciate
fun.
that.
I can't say it enough. It sounds like a broken record, but every time I actually, as long as you're in a positive state and you're willing to share and help and receive, I leave these places with so many new ideas and newfound energy, and it's just great. Like I've been crushing it. Like not to make it about me, but like lately, the last couple of months, I've been really stepping up my networking, and it's opened up like so many doors in business for me. It's just been nuts. Like in my reselling business, I'm not talking about my YouTube social media stuff. I'm not talking about that at all. Reselling wise, it's crazy.
Well, it's energy. You got to put it out there to receive it, and as long as you're positive, it comes back to you tenfold.
Yeah. So, with that being said, thank you so much for coming on. And I appreciate you being here. Thanks for being such a loyal subscriber and follower and great
Probably your
work.
biggest fan.
So that being said, keep on making that money, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.